So you've decided you want to buy Bitcoin, the world's most valuable cryptocurrency, but you do need a little bit of help getting started, which is why Finder is here to show you how. Bitcoin, of course, is the world's first digital asset. It's seen by many as a form of digital gold that is quick and easy to transfer. With Bitcoin, you can transfer wealth all around the globe in just a matter of minutes. And Bitcoin is also starting to catch the eye of Wall Street and investment banks because it's provably scarce, with only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be produced. And best of all, you don't need a bank vault to keep it safe. So to get you started, we're going to show you how to buy Bitcoin safely and securely using an online exchange with this simple step-by-step guide. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to sign up for the Coinbase exchange, deposit your local currency, and safely purchase and store your new Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And along the way, we're also going to give you tips about security, explain a bit how markets work, and all sorts of other helpful bits of information to help you get started with cryptocurrency. Now, if you'd prefer something to read as well, then check out Finder's super simple guide to buying Bitcoin in the description below, as well as a review of the exchange that we're using today. Just before we start, I wanted to clarify that none of the exchanges or products mentioned today paid Finder to make this video in any way whatsoever. Finder is one of the world's largest comparison websites and simply makes money each time a user signs up for a product through our website. That just means that when you do go to our website, click on a link and sign up for an exchange, we receive a small fee from the company for helping you do so. But don't worry, because this doesn't cost you anything at all. At Finder, it's in our best interest to help you find the best deal or product so that you become a finder and continue to use our website in the future. For instance, if you go to our How to Buy Bitcoin guide in the description of this video, you'll notice that we list literally dozens and dozens of exchanges so that you can compare fees, currencies, and services to make sure that you find the exchange that's right for you. Now, you might also be wondering, what exactly is an exchange? An exchange is an online marketplace where you can trade fiat currency, like dollars or pounds, for digital currencies, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. On most exchanges, you can even trade cryptocurrencies for other cryptocurrencies. It's really a lot like a traditional currency exchange that you might see when you go on holiday to another country. Basically, each currency pair, like US dollars and Bitcoin, has an exchange rate that fluctuates depending on market conditions. At first, this can all look a little bit daunting, but don't worry, that's why we're here to guide you through. Online cryptocurrency exchanges are actually by far the easiest way to purchase Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. They usually offer the best rates and can be accessed at any time from your computer or phone. And if for any reason you decide that an exchange isn't the right method for you, then that's no problem. Just check out our How to Buy Bitcoin guide below to read about some of the options available to you. But for those of you that want to know how to buy Bitcoin with Coinbase, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started buying Bitcoin with the Coinbase exchange. So I'm going to walk you through the process step by step to make it easy as possible for you to buy your first Bitcoin, which is really exciting stuff, to be honest. So the first thing I need you to do is go down into the description of the video and open up the Finder review of Coinbase. You'll find that just in the description or showing up on the video now in the right hand corner. Now, in this review, I definitely recommend that you read through this because it has all the important details, like the types of fiat currency it supports, which is well over 50, which is why we're using it for this video, as well as fees, payment methods, the cryptocurrencies it supports, and all those fine little details that you need to be familiar with before you use any sort of financial product. Also, with Finder, if you click on either of the green buttons there, they'll take you through to Coinbase and you'll actually get a special offer through us. You'll get $10 of free Bitcoin whenever you spend over 100 US dollars on cryptocurrency. So $100 or more on crypto, and you get $10 worth of free Bitcoin in return, which is a pretty sweet deal. So if that's what you're planning to buy, it's great to sign up through us to get that offer. So the first thing we do once we go through that redirect portal is we want to scroll up to the top and we want to go for the create new account. But just here we're just seeing all the sorts of features of the platform, just a quick little overview. But yeah, head up to that get started button and you just want to put in your first and last name, email address, and create a password. Now it has to be a real name. Even though I've used an anon one there, you will need to use your real name for this. I'm just going over to the temporary email account that I set up earlier. I've just forgotten the name of it. Hold on with me just a sec. Okay, so back to Coinbase. And just with your password there, just keep in mind that for Coinbase you need at least one capital letter, one number, and one special character, and it has to be at least 8 characters long. So it's just telling you about the usual GDPR stuff, like everything these days. I do recommend that you click yes on this because you want to receive all sorts of updates in case the platform changes. Pretty important. Now you've got to go through CAPTCHA. Like all good cryptocurrency services and exchanges, there's a million layers of security, but that's actually what you want. Okay, so the next thing, it'll just send you an email to verify, so you should keep that email inbox open because you might get a few of these as we step through the process. Okay, now you'll need a phone number. This is so that they can send you an SMS verification code. You'll need this every time you log into your account unless you choose to set up two-factor authentication instead. I actually recommend using two-factor authentication. That's my personal preference there. It's because if someone gets hold of your phone, they actually need to be able to log into your phone and open up that 2FA account, whereas if it's SMS authentication, that SMS might actually display on your phone lock screen. So if your account was compromised and they got the password, they got your email address, and they managed to get your phone, 2FA just adds another layer by meaning they need your phone password or Face ID to get in, whereas SMS just gives you a code. So once that code arrives, it might take a few minutes depending on how the servers are. Pop it in there, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so once you've got your code, you can go ahead and put that in. And just something I noticed I didn't do properly early on was I didn't put my my real name rather. You will need to do that because you will, as you can see in this step, need to verify your identity. But fortunately it does give you another chance. But just letting you know that if you are someone who prefers to use bogus names, that won't work because this is a legally regulated financial service, and you do need to give all your real details. But let's continue. Cool, so now we verify our identity. I'm just going to use my passport since that's the one I've got available. You can use any of those methods to upload it, whether it's webcam, take a photo, or upload an image. Fortunately, I have a passport that I prepared earlier, so that's what I'll be using. But really, there's no recommendation here on ID or method to upload. It's just up to you. Just whatever you do, make sure the photo is really clear. Make sure your fingers aren't, obscuring anything while you hold the document, and make sure the lighting is good and there is no glare. Especially ID photos can be really glary because they tend to have that plastic cover which shines back into the camera. So just keep those things in mind. And then you'll need a proof of address as well. For instance, I just use a online bank receipt, or statement of funds rather. You can use things like an electricity bill, gas bill, really whatever you've got on hand is good. Okay, so once you've passed KYC, and remember that can take a few days depending on how things are going at Coinbase, how busy they are. You'll see a screen like this when you log in. So it's just got the prices of the different coins. And if we scroll down, we'll see your portfolio as well as complete your account. So before we do anything else, we want to go to complete your account and add payment method. You can use a credit or debit card for small purchases. So that's just what we're going to do here today to get started, but you can link things like a bank account or a PayPal account later on, but I'm just going to use this example to get started. So go ahead and put in your payment details there, your payment address, as well as your card details. Okay, great. Once you've put your card details in, you'll see that this page has changed a little bit. Your portfolio is now on the left and recent activities on the right, giving you the option to buy now. What we'll do though is we'll scroll back up to the top, since this is what you'll see most of the time, and we'll go to buy and sell up the top. Now you'll see the option to buy or sell cryptocurrency, but of course we don't have any yet, so we're going to go with the buy option. You can choose the cryptocurrency you want to buy from this list by clicking on the name, and it also shows you the rate. Now just keep in mind these rates here are displayed in Australian dollars, not American dollars, so they might be looking a bit different to what you're used to. And of course, price fluctuates all the time with cryptocurrency. So one thing to keep in mind that the rate will vary, so there is options to set up a repeated buy for daily, weekly, monthly, fortnightly, that sort of stuff. So just keep in mind that if you do set up a repeated buy, the rate at which you're purchasing Bitcoin will vary. So to make an order, simply select the card that you want. If you've only got one, it'll be the only one there. Select the cryptocurrency you'd like. I'm going to use Bitcoin, and then just put in the amount of fiat that you want to buy, or alternatively you can put in the amount of Bitcoin you want to buy and it will show you what that is in fiat. So if I wanted to buy $100, 100 euros worth rather, since my card's in euros, that's how much Bitcoin I would get. And if, for instance, I wanted to buy, let's say, 0.01 of a Bitcoin, it'd be about 100 euros. So one thing that we did just see there is a weekly limit on cards. So you can see what the limits there are, but you can increase that by going into your account and increasing the amount there. But just to finish this demo up, we'll say we want 100 euros worth. That shows this much Bitcoin. So you can buy it instantly using the button there. But just over on the right hand side, we see a bit of a breakdown of exactly what that will be. So we see how much Bitcoin we're getting, what the Coinbase fee is, and then what the total is. All right, so once you've bought that, and so now if you wanted to go and sell that cryptocurrency, all you'd have to do is go to the sell side and sell your crypto there, if you want to sell it at a later date. So that's the basics of how to get started buying Bitcoin with Coinbase. If you'd like to get into a bit more advanced trading, then we're going to put out a video on Coinbase Pro to teach you how to actually trade and how to have a look at markets and that sort of stuff. And we'll also be following up with a how to use Binance, the Binance Exchange guide soon, so you can use that as well. All right, that's it from me for now. Let us know if you've got any questions. Leave those in the comments. If there's anything that you'd like to see us do differently next time, let us know as well. As I mentioned, we'll be making other videos. But that's it for now.